Hi, class. Allow me to give a brief review for the midterms. Right? Okay. Today, we will be reviewing important concepts in entrepreneurship, focusing on how different aspects shape entrepreneurial ventures and mindsets. All right. To begin, an entrepreneur is typically seen as an innovator, someone who introduces new ideas, products, or solutions into the market. This distinguishes them from a market leader or a strategist who may define or control markets but do not necessarily involve, or sorry, do not necessarily innovate in the same way. Innovators as entrepreneurs push boundaries and aim to disrupt the status quo with fresh perspectives. Next, when we think about expanders and scalers in the entrepreneurial world, we are talking about individuals who seek out opportunities to expand existing processes, products, or methods. This approach, or their approach, is not so much about creating something entirely new. Instead, their approach um, is about improving or growing what already exists. Take note of that. This focus on expanding and scaling, as is evident in the words themselves, differentiates them from other entrepreneurs who might prioritize new innovations or approaches. Okay? Now, entrepreneurs are often seen as corporate rebels or sometimes non-conformists and even activists. Okay? They challenge existing norms and are typically considered or typically motivated by the desire to create change or to disrupt established systems. On the other hand, corporate sponsors are less entrepreneurial. Why? Because they usually support already existing business ventures rather than founding new ones. Lifestyle ventures. Lifestyle ventures are another type of entrepreneurial activity, and these are typically smaller in scale, aligned with the personal interests or lifestyle goals of the entrepreneur. An example would be a venture like Girls, which is a travel company created for women, which focuses on maintaining a specific lifestyle rather than large-scale commercial success. By contrast, a company like McDonald's is too commercial and it's too expansive to be considered a lifestyle venture. It is also important to recognize how personal strengths actually do contribute to entrepreneurial success. Reflecting on your past achievements, this can help you identify what you are good at, and this can become a valuable asset when starting a new venture. Leveraging your strengths in this way can guide your decisions and can actually make your entrepreneurial journey more effective. The desire to become an entrepreneur can be fueled by many factors, like retirement, a longer life expectancy, as the data suggests, or the excitement of creating something new. However, stability in employment, okay, or stability in income, both are generally not appropriate guiding or driving forces. Entrepreneurs are risk takers. In short, there's no stability here. If you want to become an entrepreneur and you want stability, you're crazy. Basically. Because it is a VUCA world, volatile. Entrepreneurs are risk takers who thrive on the challenge of bringing ideas to life despite all of the uncertainty. Okay? Take note of that. Beyond mindset, okay, there are also crucial elements for entrepreneurial success, including access to funding and also education. Funding and education um, provide the tools that are necessary to turn ideas into tangible ventures. A great entrepreneurial mindset may, yes, spark an idea, but without funding and without knowledge, it becomes difficult to materialize that idea into a successful business. Now, let us discuss venture capital. Venture capital. Institutional venture capital involves groups of people pooling their money to invest in ventures, which is a significant resource for many entrepreneurs. It's actually different from personal funding, right? It's also different from early stage investments from friends or family, as this venture capital involves more formalized and structured financial support. Entrepreneurial activity is influenced by many factors, including government policies and trade issues. Bank funding, okay, while important, is not necessarily a driving force for entrepreneurial ventures, as um, it's not the most important one, as entrepreneurs often look beyond traditional bank loans to secure the financial backing that they need. So, in short, um, bureaucracy, corruption, and restricted access to resources hinder entrepreneurship, innovation, which is the heart of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurial activity is influenced by many factors, including government policies and trade issues. In many countries, systems of bureaucracy and corruption, like in the Philippines, these actually stifle innovation, right? And these discourage people from pursuing entrepreneurial ideas. These systems prevent access to necessary information or create barriers to entry, making it difficult for entrepreneurs to bring their ideas forward. Conversely, environments that support freedom to innovate, right, and provide access to resources, these foster a culture where entrepreneurship can thrive. Education can also play a critical role for entrepreneurial growth. More colleges and universities are offering classes and even clinics on entrepreneurship, which provide students with the knowledge and practical experience that they need to succeed. Additionally, connecting students with real-world business ideas gives them the opportunity to turn theory into practice. When considering iconic companies like Starbucks, it's essential, it's important to note its entrepreneurial journey was not initially about creating a massive coffee empire. That's not its initial we might say aim or objective. Instead, the brand started by focusing on delivering high quality coffee with a European flair. This differentiated it in the American market and set it apart from its competitors. Social environmental entrepreneurship addresses global issues like pollution and or quality of life. These ventures are driven by the desire to solve environmental and social problems, unlike more commercially focused ventures that are primarily concerned with profitability. There are also different types of entrepreneurs. A serial entrepreneur is someone who starts multiple ventures, often one after another. They thrive on the process of creation and are always looking for new opportunities. That's why you say serial entrepreneur, just like you say serial killer, right? Because the serial killer has killed many people already. So they have killed multiple people. So they're serial killers. In the same way, a serial entrepreneur is someone who starts multiple ventures, often successfully. In contrast, a social entrepreneur focuses on solving specific social problems and typically sticks to a single venture or a few projects geared towards that goal. The United States is known for producing successful entrepreneurs largely because it encourages individuality and risk taking. The lack of prescribed traditions or conformity allows for more creative freedom, right? Because the traditions are not putting you in shackles. Right? This allows for more creative freedom, enabling entrepreneurs to think outside the box, right, and to push boundaries without societal restrictions. countries like Australia are particularly attractive for entrepreneurial ventures. Why? Because of the supportive government policies, because of strong infrastructure for startups, and easy access to funding. These conditions create a fertile environment where entrepreneurship can flourish. A key characteristic, take note, of an entrepreneurial mindset is the willingness to take risks, okay, for growth. Entrepreneurs understand that taking calculated risks is necessary to achieve success, and they embrace uncertainty as part of the process. This risk-taking mindset is often paired with funding from sources like angel investors or venture capitalists, both of whom play critical roles in supporting startups. Take note, a successful entrepreneurship is driven by innovation, risk-taking, and the ability to leverage strengths and resources. On the other hand, a combination of education, funding, supportive systems, these all make the difference between an idea that remains just an idea and one that becomes a successful venture. Take note of that. Okay. Right. So let's continue. So, as I said earlier, we were diving into a review of the essential concepts that will sharpen your entrepreneurial knowledge and help you prepare for your midterm exams. So, rest for a while and then let's continue. When we think about brainstorming ideas and organizing them visually, the most helpful tool is a mind map. Unlike other tools like a vision board, logic map, storyboard, a mind map allows you to visually organize your ideas in a structured way that highlights relationships and highlights also patterns between different concepts. This is particularly useful for entrepreneurs who need to map out complex ideas and identify connections between various aspects of their business. Moving forward, part of the entrepreneurial mindset is recognizing that entrepreneurship is not just about making money. Okay, it's about solving problems to make lives easier. That's the heart of entrepreneurship. It's about, again, solving problems to make lives easier. The entrepreneurial perspective focuses on identifying problems in the market or in the society and finding innovative ways to address them. This is why it is correct to say that problem solving is a key driver for entrepreneurs. Now, a common misconception, okay, is that there is only one type of entrepreneur. However, entrepreneurship is actually incredibly diverse, right? And there are many types of entrepreneurs based on their goals, on their methods, and the industries they operate in. Whether you're a social entrepreneur, a serial entrepreneur, a corporate entrepreneur, there's a variety of paths one can take. Therefore, when you say that there's only one type of entrepreneur, you're actually wrong. Okay? Now, let's move on to the nature of innovation. Entrepreneurs are often innovators. They make something new or spot problems that others have overlooked. But innovation is not just about small tweaks. It's actually about fundamentally transforming a market or industry. Innovators are able to see opportunities where others do not, which is why this ability to create and transform is actually central to their role. Right? Now, let's tackle a common myth. Some might believe that because of the stress involved in starting a business, entrepreneurs have shorter life expectancies. However, this is not actually true. Entrepreneurs do not necessarily have shorter life expectancies. In fact, many entrepreneurs thrive on the challenges they face, and their passion for their work, okay, actually contributes to their well-being. It's also crucial to understand that entrepreneurship extends beyond just for-profit ventures. Entrepreneurs can also launch non-profit or social ventures aimed at solving social problems without focusing solely on profit. This makes entrepreneurship a diverse field with opportunities for both financial gain and social impact. An important challenge faced by entrepreneurs today is wealth inequality, okay, which creates barriers for low-income individuals to access startup capital. Unfortunately, those with fewer resources often find it difficult to secure the necessary funding to launch a business, while wealthier individuals have more access to venture capital and other forms of investment. In terms of planning, one major difference between a business plan and an action plan, is that the business plan outlines long-term strategies, okay, while an action plan focuses on immediate steps that are needed to achieve short-term goals. Both plans are essential, but they serve different purposes in the entrepreneurial process. Entrepreneurs often face barriers. However, creativity plays a crucial role in overcoming them. By thinking outside the box, okay, and finding innovative solutions, entrepreneurs are able to tackle challenges that others may find insurmountable. This creativity is what sets entrepreneurs apart from those who follow more traditional business paths. Identifying opportunities is also another essential skill for entrepreneurs. The opportunity identifying perspective is all about translating problems into potential business opportunities. This proactive approach helps entrepreneurs stay ahead of the curve and seize new ventures before others do. Now, we come to the entrepreneurial mindset. This uh, entrepreneurial mindset is a progressive way of thinking focused on recognizing and seizing opportunities, taking risks, and driving innovation. Entrepreneurs need to be flexible and willing to adapt to changing circumstances, which makes their mindset distinct from traditional ways of thinking. When we talk about an entrepreneurial venture, we're referring to any activity that involves risk and management to achieve specific goals. This could be anything from starting a company, um, starting a new company to launch a product, to launching a new product. But um, again, this entrepreneurial venture could be about starting a new company, or this could also be about launching a new product. But the key element is that it involves calculated risks and a focus on growth. Okay, cash management. Cash management is another critical aspect of running a business. It involves managing cash inflows and outflows to ensure that the venture remains financially stable. This is different from simply tracking how much money you have. It's about strategic management. For what end? To meet the ongoing needs of the business. The entrepreneurial process is considered fluid. Why? Because it requires flexibility and openness to change. The dynamic nature of the world means that entrepreneurs must constantly adjust their plans and their strategies to respond to new challenges and opportunities. One concept that illustrates the innovative nature of entrepreneurship is creative destruction. Now, what does that mean? Creative destruction refers to how new innovations destroy old businesses to create space for new ones. This process is a natural part of economic growth, where old models are replaced by more efficient or innovative solutions. Traditional entrepreneurship is often associated with launching products or services with a focus on creativity, intelligence, and ROI, or return on investment. Entrepreneurs must balance innovation with the need to make their ventures profitable and sustainable in the long term. Situational opportunities. Situational opportunities in entrepreneurship arise from changes in personal status or changes in personal career. Okay? Or sorry, changes in career. It's not about fixed opportunities that are available to everyone. These situational opportunities are often unique to an individual's circumstances and can open up new paths to entrepreneurial success. Finally, entrepreneurial journey. The entrepreneurial journey is not a straight path. It involves a series of opportunities, decisions, and obstacles that shape the venture over time. That's the entrepreneurial journey. Entrepreneurs must be prepared to navigate these twists, these turns, embracing both the successes and failures along the way. In some cases, entrepreneurs may choose to bootstrap their ventures. What does that mean? Bootstrapping means that they rely on personal resources rather than external financing. This approach is common when entrepreneurs are unable to attract outside investment or when they prefer to maintain control over their business without taking on external investors. Unfortunately, biases still exist in the world of entrepreneurship, particularly for women and for minorities. These groups often face additional challenges in securing funding, while with investors asking more skeptical questions and being more likely to deny credit. This bias creates further barriers to entrepreneurial success for underrepresented groups. Starting, so let's go to the factors decreasing venture risks. Starting with the factors that can decrease the risk of creating a new venture. A strong economy and job market are significant factors that lower the risk. Why? A strong economy provides consumer confidence, right? Meaning people are more willing to spend money on new products or new services. A robust market allows entrepreneurs to find the talent they need to support the talent they need to support their ventures. While education and trends are very important, they do not have the same immediate impact on reducing risk as economic conditions do. Like the macro level factor. Now, let's talk about age and startup activity. Research shows that most startup activity occurs in individuals over 40. This might surprise some, but it makes sense when you think about it. People in this age um, tend to have more experience. They tend to have financial stability. They tend to have networks, all of which are critical in the entrepreneurial world. Proceed with the characteristics of independent contractors. It's the gig economy, right? An independent contractor, sorry, before we proceed with the gig economy, an independent contractor is someone who is not part of the payroll of a business. They pay for their own benefits, handle their own taxes, and work independently. That's an independent contractor. Unlike employees, these independent contractors do not receive the same structured benefits, which allows for greater flexibility, but also higher responsibility. Um, Before entering the gig economy, it's important to consider the financial implications. You must be prepared to manage your own finances, right? From taxes to health insurance. Equally important is setting clear goals. Without them, freelancing can become aimless and financially unsustainable. Jobs in the gig economy often involve offering talents for projects like um, freelancing or freelance editing or interim assignments. In contrast, roles like working as in-house catering staff at a restaurant would not typically be classified as part of the gig economy, since um, such would imply a more traditional employment structure. According to FreshBooks report, many people are shifting to self-employment for reasons like they don't want to have a boss. They like control over work hours and career paths, but not necessarily for things like office attire. This highlights the desire for autonomy as a driving factor behind the rise of freelancing and self-employment. Social entrepreneurs are distinct. Why? Because they focus on solving social problems rather than purely seeking profit. Their ventures are driven by a mission to address issues like poverty, education, or environmental sustainability, making them essential players in both the social and the business sectors. By 2026, the US Bureau of Labor Statistics predicts that there will be over 10 million self-employed individuals. This shift demonstrates a growing trend toward entrepreneurship and the increasing flexibility of work in today's economy. One reason for the decline in self-employed workers is the difficulty in finding qualified employees. Interestingly, this is juxtaposed with the rise of the gig economy, which offers more flexible work arrangements, but also introduces challenges in sustaining long-term employment. Globally, entrepreneurial activity thrive in diverse regions. Countries like India, Luxembourg are leading this movement. Their strong entrepreneurial ecosystems provide capital and resources for ventures to grow, making them hotspots for innovation. Ventures aligned with nonprofits, sorry, apologies. Nonprofit social enterprises are one example of ventures aligned with a very specific mission. These organizations often focus on the environment or other social causes, utilizing business strategies to achieve philanthropic goals while maintaining sustainability. Women, women entrepreneurs face significant challenges. One being that they receive substantially less venture capital funding than men. This funding gap reflects broader systemic issues in how investments are distributed despite the entrepreneurial talent present among women. The correct entrepreneurial journey follows a sequence of inspiration, preparation, assessment, exploring resources, business plan, navigation, and finally, the launch. This journey emphasizes thorough preparation before bringing a venture into the market. Successful entrepreneurs take note. Successful entrepreneurs Successful entrepreneurs adapt to market feedback by making changes to key variables such as price, packaging, and the sales pitch. These adjustments help align the product with consumer needs, driving better market performance. One of the factors that make allocation ideal for starting a business is a business-friendly culture. Unlike federal government funding, which is less directly tied to entrepreneurship, a supportive business environment, startup incubators, and educated workforces provide the critical infrastructure needed for a new venture to thrive. Benchmarking studies, as seen on the American Society on Quality website, are focused on continuous improvement. These studies allow businesses to measure their processes against best-in-class standards, driving performance enhancements. Finally, when starting a venture, it's essential to build relationships with advisors and mentors. These individuals provide invaluable guidance and insight that can help um, navigate the complexities of entrepreneurship, far more so than relying solely on personal relationships like friends and family members. We need to talk about pragmatic venture planning. One of the most pragmatic ways to plan a venture is by pursuing an existing franchise license. This approach offers a tested business model. Okay, so what? This reduces the risk of failure while providing a structured framework to follow. Again, recall. What's bootstrapping? Bootstrapping refers to starting a business using personal resources, such as maxing out credit cards or working from your parents' garage. It's actually a high risk, high reward strategy that enables entrepreneurs to retain control for the ventures of their ventures, but with a significant personal financial risk. To close, training, business training. Training provided by business organizations often involves business coaches, launch training, and mentoring. These resources are designed to equip entrepreneurs with the skills that they need to succeed in both launching and scaling their businesses. This includes our review. Make sure you understand these core concepts, and it will not only be crucial for your upcoming exams, but also for applying these lessons in real world entrepreneurial scenarios. Thank you and good evening. Bye bye.